And we are live. So, all right, Greg Weber, we've got some friends coming in. Hi, everybody. I am Fitz Kohler. I am race announcer / Grand Poobah for the Buffalo Marathon weekend. And I am here with your Smarty Pants race director, Mr. Greg Weber. Greg, we've already had the athletes start joining us.
Excellent. I welcome everybody tonight. I mean, this is your forum tonight. We're here to answer your questions.
That's right. And we've got great news. We don't have to treat each other like lepers anymore. We get to be friendly and loving and embrace our race community.
We get to be normal. We bring the normal Fits back. We don't have to socially distance you.
Oh, you know, it's so funny. I had no intentions of socially distancing. You were going to have to fire me halfway through the event for hugging people. You were going to.
The FBI had you. You were gone.
I am what I am. So thank goodness changes have been made. We have quite a good group joining us now, Greg. So you can tell me about how excited you are for all the changes, and then in about a minute we'll start getting down to the nuts and bolts. Oh my God, look at this. We already have first input. So folks, as you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube, you can use the comment section and we will see it. Now, poor Greg Weber is at the mercy of me choosing questions, and we'll see how rapidly they come, but they're already starting to come in. We have a calf injury that just happened. Someone's hoping to defer. So we'll talk about that in a little bit, but
stump the race director.
Stump the race director. That's right. And on the sly, if y'all want to use the comment section to tell me how much you like my hair, because I worked very hard on the braids today, or you could say nice things about Greg. I'll share those as well.
Yeah, and you're training for Boston, so
that's right. I just ran 7 miles at a 12-mile pace or 12-minute pace, Greg. That's lightning fast.
That's wonderful. I swam 2,800 meters this morning, so. But I haven't been sleeping very much. We're into the no sleep zone. So there's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of stuff to talk about.
Yes, there is. All right. So we've got Eric Maldonado, Senior, excited to run this first time. Eric, we're excited to have you. You got to keep an eye on me. I'm going to be the one in Grand Poobah hat. You come find me and I will give you your first Buffalo Marathon hug. How about that?
Should I run downstairs and get my Grand Poobah hat too?
No, only I'm the Grand Poobah. And then, of course, I have the little hat for Rudy Novotny, my co-announcer, because he is the Junior Poobah. You are you're just a regular old water buffalo, believe it or not. So
what can I do?
All right, Greg. So we have a big group of viewers right now. What do you have to share with us?
Let's start with, we're going back to normal. We have worked very hard for the last 14 months, trying to keep the race alive, trying to keep the organization afloat. You know, it's been tough on everybody in the country as we've done this. We've been very lucky. We work very well with the county, the state, the city. I was very blessed in March to be hooked up with the right people in the governor's office. They were actually the people writing policy, and we worked very closely together. And 45 days ago, as everybody knows, we got approval to do this COVID type race that nobody was really thrilled with, but it was nice to get back to the start line. And then, you know, as we approached this 70% vaccination rate, I started talking to the office again and said, are we going to be able to do a live event? And they said, call us next week. We think we're going to be there. And we got to the point where I was on the phone with the office before they made the announcement. And I said, do you think I can have a live event? And we were talking about what protocols we were going to do. I said, let's make it easy. Can I have an event like it was 1999? Right? Party like it's 1999. And they said, yes. And at that point, we were given the full green light. So we've taken care of all the problems where people can't tell whether they have a red bib or an orange bib. You know, their sister or their husband is running in the wrong corral. All of those emails can be disregarded. We are going to all start at 6 a.m. on Sunday morning at about Delaware and Mohawk. We adjusted it a little, but it's pretty much the traditional start. We're super excited about it. Not only do we get to start the race, we also get to have spectators. So that is another one. Everybody on this call, when you've been training for half, a full, It's a big accomplishment. Fitz will celebrate you when you cross the line. This is the return to normal. So this is the first big race in New York State coming back, over 2,000 people, and everybody in Buffalo should be talking proud at this point.
Absolutely, Greg. Well, congratulations, because I've got to witness you working tirelessly for over a year. I mean, I remember the crushing blow to all of us when you had to pull the plug on 2020, as did everybody. And some people were forgiving and some people were still crotchety, as though you had.
You were pretty crotchety the day I told you.
Super crotchety. Are you kidding?
You had just lost 14 or 15 races. And I said, well, I might as well tell you now. So I got a lot of grief from you that day.
Yes. Well, I remember.
I'll take your apology now.
Just wait. No apologies. Hey, I'm a freedom-loving American, and the thought of a government shutting down freedom will never be acceptable to me, and I will fight it tooth and nail. But I know you had no choice, and now you could have backed down on this year, but you fought like hell. And again, you were the first to get a yes, and now we're full force. So you are actually in the process of answering many of the questions right now. So we have Jan wants to know, are all the half marathon runners now starting at the same time, same start line? Yes.
Well, anybody who has run this race, I mean, there were some questions, and just to touch on it, how did we assign the cues for what we put on for their bib numbers? Everybody can disregard those cue assignments. But just so everybody knows, we used your anticipated pace, and we put an algorithm together to spread you out within the cues. We had fast runners and slow runners together. It wasn't all the fast people at the front, slow people at the back. So there was definitely some method to our madness. But at this point, we're expecting you to line up as to where your paces are. There will be pace flags. We expect the fast people at the front, the slower or walkers towards the back, and we're going to go like this is a real race. We were one of the first races in the country to postpone on March 23rd, 2020. And it is beyond thrilling to be the first race back. I know other states are ahead of us, but it's definitely, we've been tight on our restrictions. It's great to be the first race back in New York. I mean, I've been talking to race directors all across the state. I've been talking to the race director of the New York City Marathon. So this is just incredible.
Yeah, it's very, very exciting. And you mentioned something that I'd like to explain to some of our athletes, especially those who have not attended a race before. The reason we ask the speedsters to line up in the front towards the start line, towards me, and then the slower your pace, the further back we want you to line up. It's not because we want to treat anyone like a second-class citizen. It's for safety and flow, because if you put a slowpoke up in front like me, and then a speedster wants to run when announcer yells go, the speedster smacks into the slow people. So if the speedsters go first, and then the moderately paced people go after, and then the slower runners and walkers go last, then everybody can move through comfortably and nobody falls down and nobody eats each other's brains, which is usually a good move at the start of a race, right?
Right. So let's just take a step back and talk about the purpose of tonight. Right. Tonight is to try to get some of the questions, or as many of the questions, answered as we can. I have literally been answering 100 emails a day as quickly as I can. We'd like to, I hate to say it, we'd like to stem some of those emails. So we want to get more information out. I promise the guide is coming. My daughter is working on it. I know I've been saying that, but everybody understands our protocols have been changing almost daily. So we didn't want to send out information and then change it. So we expect to have that in the next day or two finalized. But this tonight is really, if we don't touch on something you're wondering, it's not a stupid question. Ask it. And if we don't get to it tonight, we have scheduled another one of these roundtables. We're going to be doing these more often next Wednesday night, probably at 7:00 with Fitz, myself, and Rich Clark, my best friend, and our race operations director. He's actually at a traffic meeting right now, so he's hoping I don't say anything silly. And then, so this is more about an exchange of information. We're not lecturing. You're not lecturing. Hopefully I've said since the beginning, we are in this together. We're in it together. We're going to get through it together. And this is where we're at. So let's get at it.
Let's start at the start. All the athletes have been mailed their bibs, correct?
All the athletes have been mailed their bibs. If you have not gotten your bib now, by now, give it a few more days. If you've moved addresses, we hope you have forwarding. If you have not gotten your bib by next Wednesday, please let us know. We will give you a replacement bib between 10 and 1 at the finish line at on Saturday before the race. If you're running the 5K and haven't gotten your bib, we are currently going to give replacement bibs for that before the 8:30 start. I just don't have those times locked down right now. It's probably going to be from like 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock on the Saturday morning of the 5K if you need your 5K bib. We will get everybody a bib that has paid for it and is in the race. So there shouldn't be any panic. The purpose of tonight is to really relieve some of the panic and anxiety. I mean, everybody's pumped, everybody's excited.
So, Greg, 5K will run as normal. People will line up as one big group. We will have fun together. Rudy and I will yell, go. Everybody goes and does their race. There will be traditional aid stations and porta potties out on the course, correct?
Not for the 5K. We are talking about putting water back out on the 5K course. We weren't going to have water. This is one for my operations director as he adjusts the plan to these new protocols. So there may not be water on the 5K. That would be a question for next Wednesday when he's on the call at this point.
So everybody needs to come prepared. If you believe you'll need water on the 5K, and I think you should, then bring a fuel belt, bring your own water bottle, bring a Camelback. Come prepared. If we have water for you, it's gravy, but we don't want anyone to.
Right. It'd be at 1.5 miles. There's not multiple points out there.
Right, but there may be one, but just plan as though there is no water stop, and then hopefully we'll be able to make that happen for you. So that's the 5K. Are we having?
Hold on. And with the 5K and with the bibs being mailed, the other question we've been getting is, where is my jacket? How do I get my jacket? It was not in the envelope. That is true. Your jackets are going to be given to you at the finish line after you cross and collect your medal. They're individually packaged. We are not planning from COVID standpoints to do size exchange at this point. I'm talking to my director of the finish line to see if we can manage that. If not, and you get a jacket that's not fit, that doesn't fit, or you need it exchanged, we'll make arrangements after the race. So just please treat the volunteers nicely. They're working hard for you. So we've worked hard to make this nice for everybody. So we'll make it right.
We are going to have live human beings providing medals to our athletes as they finish their race, correct?
That is a great question. That was a topic for conversation right now. There's two people that have to come together for that. One is the athlete getting his medal. They have to be comfortable with that. And then the volunteer giving out the medal has to be comfortable with that. We are going to talk to our volunteers and we're going to ask our volunteers if they want to hand out medals. And we are going to, right now, the plan is to ask the athletes, do you want us to put the medal on you or hand you the medal? That is the plan as it stands right now. But we are still in a pandemic. It's not gone. So we still have to be respectful of everybody.
Okay, but it won't be a little weirdo in a plexiglass booth doing
that.
No,
not at this point.
Okay.
We're going to put Rudy in a plexiglass booth.
Okay, Rudy would like that very much. He could
better than the trunk.
All weekend. Okay. Any other information about the 5K that people need to know?
You will be getting. There was not a post-race party for the 5K. Everybody that finishes the 5K will have water and Gatorade, and we are preparing grab-and-go boxes for everybody for both the 5K, the half, and the full. The boxes are identical for all the races. So if you do the 5K and the other one, they have been prepared. They're being prepared by a closed workshop right now, and they have been packing them for 3 weeks. They're chock full of stuff from our sponsor Tops. I have to thank them. They've done a great job. And for everybody watching this, on the top of the box, there's a QR code from T-Mobile. That QR code will, if you register yourself with it, and you can only register yourself with it on race weekend, will make you eligible for a $100 gift card from our other one of our other sponsors, Runner's Roost. And T-Mobile is giving away 10 of those gift cards. So T-Mobile, yep.
The
So they've
T-Mobile.
come in. They're the official cellular sponsor of the provider of the Buffalo Marathon.
They're a fantastic cellular provider. And you know what's interesting is the reason I've stayed with them for so long is because their service is so good. They're so nice to me. And I like it when people are nice. So everybody shows up well, the race starts at 8:30. That's a 5K. We expect everyone to show up maybe 30 minutes early. And what I expect is y'all to show up happy, big smiling faces, because we can all be together. You can run really fast. You can walk really slow. You can do something in between. I will expect a little bit of dancing at the start line, and then plan your finish line. Hands up, number one finger, shimmy shake through the finish line. We expect lots of fun.
And to talk about the 5K and to just put this into perspective, and we're turning things on its head right now with 9 days to go. To the best of my knowledge at this point, that 5K will be the first 500 person, will be the first 600 person race. There's 600 people registered right now. Mass start in New York since 14 months ago. So anybody participating in that race, that's going to be a first in New York State.
And there's no obligation for people to wear masks. You said mask, but it reminded me of masks. If people show up with their happy faces, wear a mask if you want, but there's no obligation, correct?
There is no obligation especially for the people that are vaccinated. We are following CDC guidelines. So if somebody is not vaccinated, they're encouraged to put a mask on. That is under the CDC guidelines, but we are not going to be checking it. It is strictly on your honor. We are still in an area where people need to do their comfort level. Okay.
So I'm from Florida. Everybody knows that. It's a little like the Wild West out here. We see smiles everywhere.
That's right. Everybody's got to get their teeth cleaned.
That's right. Okay. So after the 5K, what do we got next? We got kids races.
Next. Oh, that's a great one. The kids race. We currently have 200 people, 200 little toddlers from 3 to 8. I actually have my grandson who just turned 1. He's going to be doing it. And we just opened registration for that. So if people want to register their kids for the kids race, which was capped at 200, it is now open up to 350 kids. So have at it. We're going to have a great time with the kids. It's sponsored by Dick's. They're all going to get a nice goodie bag with some snacks in it. They're going to get their medal, and we're going to have a great time with them.
That's excellent news. So everybody out there, please spread the word, because our poor kids haven't had much opportunity for athletics and activities for a very long time. Get all of them included. And it's very inexpensive to register, correct?
Yeah, it's free.
Okay, it's free.
It's about as free as it gets.
And then even if you don't have a kid, come watch the races, because they are hilarious. They are so much fun. They will make your heart explode. You will cheer. You will cry. The whole thing. It's incredible.
Yeah, we have, and for people wondering about the packet pickup, we will arrange packet pickup and the bib pickup. The kids' bibs were not mailed. They will be picked up on Saturday morning in front of the convention center. Yeah. Only the race bibs that are live right now with chips were mailed.
Okay, and then what time can people start picking up their kid bibs?
That race starts at 10 or 10:30, so I would say around 9 or 9:30. Yeah, I mean, one of the things we have to be careful with, the convention center is closed. So, and if you haven't been downtown, they're doing a lot of construction around the convention center. So if you do bring your children down, I ask you to keep an eye on them. There's a lot of stuff dug up. Keep an eye on yourself. Don't step off the curb. We have to be careful in that area. I was actually kind of thrilled when they said no spectators in the finish area, because it took away a lot of liability with the construction. But we're going to barricade it. We're going to do everything we can to keep everybody safe, but everybody has to be aware.
Okay. Everybody be aware, but come, because I want to
be aware. You can keep warning people.
Keep coming. Okay. And next, after the kids race, is the other most adorable event of the entire year. It's the Ruffalo Stampede.
The Ruffalo Stampede starts at 12:30. That, again, their packets and their swag are going to be delivered. We are arranging a drive-through pickup for the Ruffalo Stampede swag in the circle of the Hyatt. You'll be able to pull in, get your bag, get your Milk Bones. Milk Bone is on board again as a sponsor. You'll be given your stuff, your bib, and then you can go park your car and come to the finish line, take pictures, come to the start line, and we'll be ready to go.
Okay, we have a comment from one of our athletes. This is beep 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 beep. Says he can't wait
to run, huh? Either can we. We can't wait for you to run either. The course is slightly different again because of construction. They have Chippewa. I mean, this is actually a good year for COVID because they have our entire start and finish area dug up. So when we come back in 2022 with 8 to 10,000 people, everything will be pretty. It'll be clean. We'll be really rocking and rolling.
Okay. And then all of this information that Greg is spitting out will be on the website. It'll be on the Facebook page. So he's answering 100 emails a day. So please, everybody, take the time to look for the answer before you just ask for it. He's sleepless right now.
We would certainly like the website and the guide out right now. I appreciate that. I mean, the 2019 guide is close. I mean, if anybody wants to reference that, that's on the website. I guess it goes without, maybe it doesn't go without saying, this is not my full-time job. It is not Rich Clark's full-time job. This is our full-time hobby. It's a labor and passion of love. We do it because we want to make the city look good. We want to make the region look good. And we want to give all the runners that participate an experience like we've had at Houston and Chicago and New York and at Ironman. That's what we strive for. And we're giving away a boatload of money as well to charities. So everybody's part of this. So if we don't get back to you, if things aren't quite right, just cut us a little break. We're doing our best. We really are.
Be kind. Greg and Rich. In fact, we all are. I'm a runner. Rudy's a runner. Most everybody on the team are runners, and they love the sport and they love their community. And they've raised almost $200,000 for Kaleida Health.
Yep, 100 as last check. It was about $188,000 for Buff General and Gates Vascular for the best in cardiac care. And then we did a special registration for the 5K at $75 a piece during a radiothon. We raised $7,500 for them. Last check, we were about $4,000 away from $200,000. I'm hoping to hit that. Anybody here who hasn't donated, you can go to our website and make a donation. That would be wonderful. Help push us over the top. The runners have been, in a COVID year, it's incredible. I mean, everybody that supported us is incredible. I mean, I got all choked up the other day when I was doing an interview. It's all overwhelming to me. I could never imagine having raised $200,000 in whatever it is, 150 days in a pandemic, no less.
Well, you've done extraordinary things, and I know it's where your heart is, and our runners are certainly contributing because they care about all of these.
And it's not me, it's the runners and their friends and family that has supported them. I've just provided the vehicle. They have adopted it.
Please. You've really shaken the trees.
The fundraisers will tell you I email them twice a week. Come on, get some more money. So,
all right, Greg. So we've gone through 5K kids races, Ruffalo Stampede on Saturday. Is there anything else on Saturday that you want to address?
Anything? Ruffalo Stampede. After the Ruffalo Stampede, we will have the bark crawl. The bark crawl will once again,
Tell them what that is.
The bark crawl is just like a bar crawl, if you will. Bark crawl. There's 100 dogs. It is sold out. We can't make that one any bigger like the kids race. That one we are maxed out on things we've ordered for that race. So the bark crawl will go from bar to bar on Chippewa. The current providers on Chippewa are Sidelines, which is actually on Delaware and Chippewa. Local, our friends at Soho and our friends at Frankie Primo. So after the bark crawl, you can take your dog down, go to their patio, hang out, have your beverage of your choice, support them. They need the support as well. Mm-hmm. And there will be rescue organizations working at each bar promoting their own rescues that they're doing for the dogs. The Ruffalo Stampede has really taken off. I mean, people really love it. We've made a big difference with it.
That's fantastic. And you've actually sponsored new canines for the Buffalo Police Department with that money.
The first one we sponsored a canine in honor of Officer Lehner that perished in the Niagara River on a training dive. And then the following year we sponsored and that dog is named Patty, was named after another officer who perished in the line of duty. And then we sponsored a dog for the Erie County Sheriffs. And this year it's really tight. Money is tight. We're not going to have enough money to sponsor a dog, but we're trying to help the rescue organizations.
Fantastic. And this is the thing. Come on out, even if you don't have a dog, because there are some dogs that are running in little vests that say, "Adopt me." and please adopt them. All these dogs are so sweet.
Yeah.
Home. So,
and for people who don't know, Milkbone is a big sponsor of this. If you don't know, Milkbones are made in Buffalo. So Milkbone has been a sponsor of ours since we started this, and they give us more Milkbones than I know what to do with. They end up at shelters and stuff after we're done. They're incredibly generous. That's the J.M. Smucker's company. They are so generous to how they support us. It's wonderful.
And traditionally, we have the big kiddie pools out so the dogs can cool off post race. Are we doing the kiddie pools again?
The pools will be out. Yes, where they lay in the pools. Yes, the swimming pools will be out for the dogs.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else on Saturday that we haven't covered yet, Greg?
Oh my God, is there anything else on Saturday? You know me. You never know what's going to show up on Saturday. I think at that point that covers Saturday. The Diaper Dash was canceled at this point because of COVID. There are some discussions where we may open registration for that. If we do that, I only have room for 50. What would we call them at 2 and under? I don't know. But
we call them babies.
I don't know. That baby doesn't seem right when they're coming out to race. So I'm hoping to get that back up. I don't know that we have time to make that happen, but we're going to try. I need to get some more approvals for that. I think that's all. One thing we have to take a step back is to Friday. This is the Buffalo Marathon weekend. So we've worked hard. When Rich and I took over 6 years ago, it was really an expo on Sunday or Saturday and a Sunday event. We've added, I don't know, countless events to this thing since then. And our goal is to expand it to the weekend. We actually start on Friday, and Slow Roll is going to do their 13.1 mile pedal party that they do. And it's going to start and end at the Rec Room on Chippewa.
So explain that to somebody who's never come out before. What the heck is a slow roll?
What is a slow roll? Well, I guess I'm talking to everybody in Buffalo. Slow roll is a bike ride through the city, and they generally ride at about 8 miles an hour, 8 or 9 miles an hour. It's very inclusive for the people who come and do it. It's free. You don't have to pay for it. And then they start from a bar, launch from a bar, finish at a bar, and then they celebrate. So they are going to do the ride again. I think this is the 4th or 5th year we do it. And they culminate this whole thing by riding under the finish arch. So all the riders come. I would encourage everybody to come out and be part of this. Again, they go to the Rec Room after this. It supports the local bar. We want to get people downtown. We want to get people in the businesses. We want to be a catalyst for the community. So Slow Roll will be a blast. And I will, sneak peek. We are also working on a possible happy hour party on Chippewa with a band and production. But again, that is in the planning stages. It's been in the planning stages. We're trying to get it pulled together we only have 9 days to see what we can pull off in 9 days. My committee is kind of rolling their eyes at me. So, but we're going to try to pull that one off too. So look for the possibility of a band out on Chippewa as well on Friday night.
Super fun. I'm down for that, as you know. So the big questions are, if people want to participate, do they have to have their own bike? Yes. Rental bikes? There's rental bikes on around the city. They can take one of the rented bikes. So yeah, they can take one of those, but otherwise they have to bring their own bike. They have to bring a helmet, and they have to listen to the guides. We have information on our website that will direct you to the Slow Roll website that gives all the parameters. It's definitely something you should look at. 13.1 miles. I got to start giving these people medals at the end of the day. I think that's going to be the next thing. Something for them. Sign Rudy and I up for bike nonsense. We're down. Also, here's
so you're biking Friday night. Got it. I'll be at the VIP party.
I can do it all. I want to be in all places. I don't want to miss anything. So are cyclists required to wear the diaper shorts? Is that part of the rule?
No. This is really designed for the average person. It's not a hardcore cyclist event.
But they can wear the diaper shorts if they choose.
If they so choose, yes, they can.
Okay. All right. Just checking. That's important information. Okay. We have so many great questions here. All right. So now can we move on to the main event, Sunday?
Again, the guide is the 2019 guide is pretty close for how we're going to do this. I mean, we're going to tweak it. One thing that is changing for Sunday, and we are changing this and we're keeping this because it goes towards security moving forward. The entire start area is going to be barricaded. So when you are entering the start area, you are going to have to enter through one of 4 entrances on Niagara Square. So when you come to the start line, don't think you're going to walk under the start arch and get in. So focus on and looking at the maps and how you are going to get in through Niagara Square. There will be four openings there. The other thing we've changed traditionally, if you've done this race, the Porta Potties have been behind Osteria next to the start line. Those Porta Potties are going to be located in Niagara Square. So, and they are going to be in quasi corrals we're setting up. Because next year, and keep this in mind for next year, when you register, enter your pace time accurately, because you are going to be seated by pace time next year. And you are going to use the corrals to do that. We're using this race to start to educate people towards next year as this race gets bigger and bigger. Yeah. But that's really the big thing.
Yeah, and for those who question that, this is a race that is growing and growing. I do professional race announcing. I announce LA and Philadelphia and Big Sur and all the big races do it, and it becomes a requirement and necessity at some point. And Buffalo is the hot race. Buffalo is a race that's on the lips of people all over the country, and it's going to continue to grow. So this is proper planning.
Right. And races like Philadelphia, if you go to it, and even Boston, you may have to pass through 2 security checkpoints and metal detectors to get there. We are not at that point yet, but we are, we continue to tighten up our security as we go. Our goal from day one has been everybody who crosses the start line, crosses the finish line, has a great time and goes home safe. That, that's a successful race to us.
Love it. Okay, so they get into their corral. Our races will kick off, all of them, at 6 a.m. Is that correct?
6 a.m. Another change. Traditional start was 6:30. Because of COVID, we rolled it back to 6 a.m. I made the decision to keep it at 6 a.m. and not make it 6:30 to try to avoid some confusion. Also, I'm going to say this out loud, and I hazard to say it. I haven't looked at the long-range forecast. The temperature at the end of June is traditionally 10 degrees warmer than the temperature at the end of May. So it is going to be warmer. We're not Floridians. You'll have a sweatshirt on, and we want to get that extra half hour in earlier to give people a little bit more, a little cooler area to run in.
Sure. Smart, very smart. So,
and we've had some people complain, oh, I have to get up at 4 a.m. now to come down. For the record, our volunteer crews will start at 2 a.m. setting up the course. So when you say you have to get up at 4 and you're having your bagel, just know that the volunteers are out there building the course for you.
Right. Welcome to racing. And if you're going to race at someplace like Disney, you got to get up at 2 o'clock, 1:30 in the morning to be there. So it's just part of the hoopla. We're all in this woozy morning bed together, but then things get energized real quickly. So we all go at 6. So we want you to arrive 30, 45 minutes early. Come get in the corral, because we will have lots of fun things to talk about, fun people to show off. We'll have a beautiful anthem. So don't miss out on the entire experience. Show up a little early.
And not only, and there will be fireworks.
Right, there will be fireworks.
Governor Cuomo had his fireworks to celebrate the lifting of the thing. We are going to continue our tradition with fireworks and have we're going to celebrate the return to normal, and Western New York Skylighters is already chomping at the bit. So they're ready to go. And if you look at our website and stuff, we've got some pretty spectacular pictures of our start line that Jim McCoy took. They're pretty cool.
Beautiful. And will we have the fire trucks out there with the big
American? The fire truck will be there with the flag. This is the Buffalo Marathon weekend. We are down to about 45% of our normal number. Our promise to all the runners is it is the Buffalo Marathon weekend. We are going to keep as much, if not all, of the things we normally do in place. And so everybody knows, I mean, this is a costly endeavor. I think a lot of people don't understand how much goes into this. It doesn't matter if we have 3,000 runners or 10,000 runners. The baseline cost is about the same. Okay. So everybody has helped us get through to this point, and we're in a pretty good financial situation. But it's still going to be, we're going to work hard over the next 2 years to really get back to where we were in 2019. But the runners aren't going to sacrifice.
That's fantastic. I love seeing all the bells and whistles. And one of my favorite parts about Buffalo is that it's a, very patriotic weekend. I love all the red. blue and the white and the flags, and all of our athletes come out. Not all of them, but many of them with their own American flags on course. It's pretty special. Okay, so again, I repeat, 6 a.m. start for 100% of you. If you're doing the full marathon, 6 a.m. Half marathon, 6 a.m. Orange bib, 6 a.m. Red bib, 6 a.m. You're going to wear a buffalo hat, 6 a.m. 6 a.m.
Relay team, 6 a.m.
6 a.m. Everybody all together show up at 5:15, 5:30 so we can have fun before you go.
Yep, 9 days. First group like that in 14 months in New York State.
Spectacular. Okay, so we'll go at 6 a.m. They take off. What will they find on the course this year as far as aid stations?
The first thing they're going to find is a change in the course going up Delaware Avenue. We've changed the course that if for people who have run it, you are going to run up Delaware Avenue on the north lane, and you're going to make the turn that goes to the art gallery a little bit further. And when you come back, you are going to be in the south lane. That was done for two reasons, which was traditionally on Linwood. The police hated us running down Linwood in the wrong direction against traffic. So we took the opportunity to do this court, to make the adjustment. We got rid of some crossovers, which will make it safer for hand cyclists in the future. And so that'll be one change they see. The aid stations on the front are still where they normally are. And the medical team from Kaleida will be out. We will have about 90 to 94 trained medical nurses and doctors and out on the course providing. They will have AEDs. They will have pickle juice if you need it. They will have everything you need. We are very fortunate to have Kaleida. Fitz can tell you, I don't know with all her races, she probably has an idea. We have 18 of these teams out there, and they're just about every mile. So, I mean, we have the best coverage, in my opinion, of any race in the country. Not only do we have that coverage, again, this is kind of informational stuff you don't know when you see it. The Kaleida teams are set up to have people who can run at least a mile. And the idea is they have go bags. If they hear somebody is down, they have somebody who will go to that runner long before an ambulance could get to them. And that's part of their requirement. So we have the whole course covered. And on top of that, there's bike patrol out there watching you. So we have your back without a doubt. The other change is we are not running through Lasalle Park. Everybody knows Lasalle Park was funded by the Ralph C. Wilson Foundation. It's not going to be ready to race again. It's taken a brutal beating this winter with all the storms. So we are going through the west side. The long story short, we'll go behind City Hall after we come back down through the west side and head out to Erie Basin Marina. We requested once again for the fireboat to be out. So look for the fireboat, with its cannons going, and we'll go back around the arena, and then we'll come back to the finish line.
Fantastic. So we have plenty of medical care. And if you're a new racer and you're a veteran, remember, if you need help, ask for it. Not only at the aid stations, but you might have shown up as an individual on race day, but as you gather at the start line, you become a team, and runners take good care of runners. So whether you have a blister or your hip really hurts or your chest hurts, ask for help. We will provide it.
Yes, those nurses are looking forward to taking care of you if you need the help. I mean, right now, looking at the long range forecast, they're calling for 64 to 77 degrees. So it's not terrible, with possible rain in the afternoon. At least it's not lightning. So we've got that going for us. And I don't believe the long range forecast other than it's going to be 77 degrees. So, yeah, what was the other thing I was going to say? Oh, the aid stations will be different this year in that everything will be bottled water, bottled Gatorade. We are not in a position right now to change that part of our plan. To give everybody an idea, we go through about 150,000 cups in this race. I can't go down to BJ's and buy 150,000 cups. So we order those months in advance. So everybody will get bottled water. It'll still be a grab and go type thing. I implore everybody to not just throw the bottles in the city. We have a beautiful city. You can carry them into the next garbage stations. We'll have garbage stations, before the aid stations, after the aid station, coming to the next aid station. And if it's a hot day, it's not going to be a bad thing to have an 8-ounce bottle of water with you, right?
How many water stations will you have on the course?
They're every 2 miles.
Okay, fantastic. Are there snacks? Are there edibles anywhere?
There are gels on the course. You can look at, I apologize, our static map that's on the website is not updated to reflect the new course. If you go to our website and look at it, the interactive map is accurate with all the gel stations and all the aid stations. And the interactive map will also give you sights and sounds of the course. You know, you can click on, you know, what you're running by on the interactive map is really cool. I would encourage people to go play around with it.
Okay. Are we having the Buffalo Marathon app?
We are using RaceJoy this year.
RaceJoy. Okay.
So anybody who wants to be tracked, I mean, you're going to be tracked on RaceJoy. So you're going to have to carry your phone to be tracked. We're not using the chip tracking at this point.
Oh, okay. Got
it. Works off the runner carrying their phone.
Got it. Now, the most important aid station, will there be Diet Coke in the announcer booth?
There will be Diet Coke in the announcer booth. Al has a special line item to get Diet Coke in the announcer booth.
Everybody needs to know. Okay, good. I just making sure.
And on the back will be different as well. Because of COVID and the way things were going, the aid stations were reduced on the back. So they too, we have 13 aid stations instead of 18 aid stations. So they will too be 2 miles apart. So again, that's a good reason to carry that bottle of water with you.
Yeah.
We've reduced the aid stations, but the medical staff will still be every mile on the back. So it's not like you're running 2 miles. So we have the coverage for medical, and the aid stations are just going to be, let's call it traditional for other races. I mean, having them every mile, not every race does that. So, and on training runs, you don't have aid every mile.
Right. And hopefully everyone is quite prepared now by this point, if they're doing half or the full especially. But don't, guys, use the zipper pocket in your shorts and get a fuel belt, a fanny pack, a flip belt, a Roo Sport, any of these doodads that will help you carry some of your own nutrition, because it's a warm day, you may need it. And I would certainly put on sunblock before we take off in the morning, right?
Right. And if it gets really warm, we will deploy our heat plan, which involves also putting out cooling buses and stuff. It depends upon what we're looking at for the temperature. I mean, we try to take into account everything. Again, we want to get everybody home. So, and I would say, and I'll take the microphone away from you. If it's going to be a really hot day, the chant is it's not going to be a PR day, right? You're going to go out and enjoy the course, and you got to run within yourself, because if you end up, we will have done everything we can to protect the athletes. You have to take some personal responsibility to protect yourself.
Amen.
So, but that said, we have 9 to 15 trained ER doctors in our medical tent when you cross the finish line.
I love it. And as the actual fitness expert, I do have a master's in exercise sports sciences, guys, so I'm an authority on the subject. I'm implementing tank top mandate and pantsless running. Do not show up with long black leggings on. It will be a warm day. Ladies, nobody cares about your knees. Don't feel like I'm so embarrassed. Nobody should see my knees. Free your legs. You should dress for function over fashion. So short pants, a skirt, running shorts, whatever, tank top. Free your arms. Again, nobody's judging you. Don't worry about tricep wiggle. Dress appropriately. Get the tech gear that will be allow air to go through it. I mean, there's a lot of clothes made just for runners in the heat. So be kind to yourself. Your wardrobe matters.
So yeah, so when you cross the finish line, we will have, we will work out that whole medal distribution process, and then your jackets will be picked up. There will be signage on tents, indicating male, female, half, full, relay, and then the grab and go boxes, and then there will be Gatorade. There will be water for you at the finish line. And we are 50. I've had a lot of questions about this, and I cannot make any promises, but we are 50% of the way there to potentially having a post-race celebration in the parking lot across from the Hyatt. But again, we are totally transparent. I'm not hiding anything. I'm working on it. I've been working on it tirelessly. I've got a lot of people trying. We've gotten 50% of the way there. Now I need a couple more pieces to fall into place in the next couple days, and you'll have some place to gather with your friends and family.
Spectacular. And they're always such wonderful finish line parties. They're great. By the time I get over there, things have died down a bit, but there's always just a little bit of happy joy there once the final finisher has crossed the finish line, and it's
Well, we have brewed Mile 27, our beer again, and we want to put it to good use. It's at local establishments, and they're on the website right now. They'll be in the guide, but we also want to be able to provide it. Apparently, everybody hasn't drank beer in the last 14 months. They want to know if there's going to be beer at the finish line. So we're the first race back. We might as well be the first race on Sunday morning to have beer. So I'm doing my best. That's all I can say.
Yeah, you are doing your best. All right, Greg, is there anything else you want to cover before we hit some of these questions?
Oh, I'll probably think of something. One thing we haven't advertised, and as we go, people can still defer up until race day. That's one of the things we're providing as far as COVID. We know we don't do refunds, but we've given everybody the option to try. Our goal is to get you to the start line. We want to protect you. We want to protect your entry to the best of our ability. We spend money all year long preparing for this. I'm already working on 2022. The other thing that we put into place that we haven't really advertised is cancellation insurance. It was a big expense. If we had it last year, everybody would have gotten a refund under the cancellation insurance. This year, they are not covering pandemic problems. But if for some reason the race were canceled because of heat, lightning, nuclear threat, terrorist actions, we are now covering that so that people would get refunds. So it's another level of protection we're layering on the race to take care of the athletes, because we recognize, this is a big expenditure for everybody. I want to be protected. We want to protect everybody.
Love it. Love it. All right. I'm going to hit up some of these questions if you think of anything to add. And I would say with these questions, let's try to be concise with the responses because we're running out of time. Okay.
Who says I got all night?
We got Alan here, and I think we answered this question with everybody starting at 6, but can you explain the start on the back half for those? So just ignore the back half, right?
Ignore the back half. That was for COVID restrictions. That was when we had to divide our group from 3,000 to 1,000. Everybody starting on the front.
That's right. Just come to the regular start line, Alan, with everybody, and we'll take good care of it. At 6 a.m., 6 a.m. start for everybody.
6 a.m. start.
All right. Let's give a shout out to Eric Maldonado. He's excited to run this for the first time. Elizabeth, thank you. I love having here. Eric's really excited. We got Janine wanted to know bottles or cups. We covered that.
Everything will have bottles, and the bottles will not be pre-opened. You'll have to open them yourselves.
All right. We will not be having the same corrals, but you will have your bib numbers are the same.
Your bib numbers are the same. There will not be a corral.
Jackie.
Congratulations, Jackie. We look forward to it.
We're very excited to have you. Very smart choice for your first marathon. Oh, and then Kayla Slater. She's coming from Florida. We're going to carpool. I don't know Kayla yet, but we're going to carpool together because that's what Floridians do. If we're going to a race, we just she's probably got a Winnebago. I'm going to send her my address. What part are you coming from, Kayla?
What questions haven't, we've been doing this now for 50 minutes. What questions haven't we answered? Who else still has a question that we haven't answered?
Okay. Half marathon runners now starting at the same time. Yep. Let's Race app, folks. If you have not used the Let's Race app, download it. It's a great place. It's a great place to find races of all sorts near you, far away. I love it. Alan, woo, yay! Full regular race.
Thank you. Are you talking about Fitz's hair or my hair? I don't know. Oh, yeah, it might be my hair.
Your hair's pretty good too. Jan, good news. Kayla wants Dave to check in. I hope Dave's here now because Kayla, my Floridian friend, we've got plans.
Robert Fox, he's the owner of Runner's Roost. I mean, they have 2 locations now, so we have that going for us. He's got a great store. If you haven't been there, he can give you a camel pack if that's what you want.
Hey, listen, this is what I want to do when I come to Buffalo. I want to have a book signing at the Runner's Roost. Rob Fox, are you there? Can I come do a talk and a book signing at the Runner's Roost? I come in on Wednesday. Let's set it up. Is that bad, Greg? Am I talking?
No, you're fine. Self-promotion. I love it.
Let's do it. Yeah, you can do
you can. That's actually a great question. You can run the virtual race this weekend without a problem. If you are registered for the virtual race, that ends on June 26th. You cannot show up on race day with your virtual bib and run with the live event. You are in the virtual event. If you are in the virtual event and you have not done it yet and you want to switch to the live event, send an email to information@buffalomarathon.org, and we will move you to the live event, and you can come run with us.
That is very exciting news. Virtual people, join us. We want to see
you. If you're deferred to 2022 and you want to come run, email us. We will reactivate your entry and put you in the event. Our goal is to get everybody to the start line. I would love nothing better than to have all 5,000 people right now that were registered in 2020 come to the start line. That would be fabulous.
So, Greg, that is worth a singular blast on your Facebook page. I think that's a statement that should be.
I've emailed those people repeatedly.
Okay, good. All right. Because so many people will hear it, and not paying attention. Yep. You've seen it. Okay. Oh, it's an important question. I like Nikki Malkowski. What are
hold that. I'll go get one.
They're probably awesome with big buffaloes. Greg's pretty great. It's pretty fantastic. We have 2 wonderful race directors for this event. I hope when you show up in Buffalo next weekend that you find Rich Clark and find Greg Weber and thank them personally. They've been working very, very hard for you all. And I'm grateful to be there racing out there along with Judy. You're very slow moving, Greg.
Oh, I'm going, I got crap all over my place. Hold on. We'll do a couple things here if I can find it. Hold on. Here we go. Where is it? So the first thing we got, this is new for 2021. We've contracted with Ashword Awards. Yeah. Our medals now are all made in the United States. We are no longer doing offshore medals. So can you see this? Yeah. So this is the half medal. We've always used, if anybody wonders, we've used this gold, silver, bronze pattern where the full is gold. They all use the same pattern. It is the 20th anniversary. Then we go to silver for the half, and the 5K is bronze. And the people doing the full will also get the customary finisher's keychain.
Nice.
That's a bottle opener. And for those people who were wondering, I think I have one here. This is the 5K jacket. Let's see. Can you see this? So this is the jacket we're going to be giving away.
Oh, show us the back. Show us the back. Show us the back.
So it's the 20th anniversary. And then on the sleeve, it will tell you whether you ran the 5K, 26.2, 13.1. So these things are really nice. It's like a $40 value. Got a bunch of them. Hopefully everybody will love them. I'm pretty happy with them. So hope everybody likes them as much as I do.
All right. So guys, this is your time. Use the comment section to let us know what you think about the medals and what you think about the jackets. I love them. I especially love the big buff on the back. I think it's super cool. And then I also want you to use the comment section to let us know what distance you're running. 5K, half, full, relay, whatever. Let us know. Okay.
And I would like to know what questions we haven't answered.
I'm looking. Okay.
This is your job.
All right. Annette, I signed up as a general volunteer for Sunday, but haven't received any emails after the first acknowledgement.
That is one email. Again, if I apologize for that to start with. I mean, the people that our volunteer director has just come in from Florida, believe it or not, and she's been very busy fulfilling the virtual packages. I should show you a picture of my garage. Email volunteer@buffalomarathon.org just to check in with her, but we definitely need your help. Thank you.
Awesome. All right. Now here's one. Nick says, it would be nice for runners that haven't reached the fundraising goal to be allowed to run. Explain this situation.
That is a very slippery slope. So, I mean, I would ask if somebody is still at 0, should they be allowed to run? Where is the cutoff line? If you do Ironman, you don't make the 2-hour and 20-minute cutoff line. You don't get in. That is a tough one. And right now we are adhering to that. I mean, I must say that 150 people have made it, and we are at $188,000 right now. If you haven't made it yet, just keep pushing. I did it. I'm going to be running the half after you guys are all done and home and having a drink. After we clean up, I'm going out with my partner, Rich. And after he's done with his job, and we're both going to run the half, and I raised $1,000. So I'm not just running it to run it.
And here's the deal. If you have committed to be a charity runner, you can, I mean, obviously put the money out yourself, And then you can continue to fundraise post-race to refund the money that you've spent individually. You know, the money is going to that cause. So if you can't do it by next Friday, just keep the effort going. I think that's
I'll go on here and say, because I've had a lot of people ask if they can run, you know, open registration. I felt we treat everybody fairly and as equally as we can. In February 1st, the only registrations we opened were community slots. And I felt it was unfair to all those people that have been doing fundraising to all of a sudden open up slots that were $150. So I had somebody the other day, I had two people this week, one last weekend, beg me to let her into the race because she had forgotten to get in. And after about 25 emails, literally, I said, I'll make you a deal. Register for the virtual race. I will move you to the full race if you hit your fundraising goal and you fund it. She registered for the virtual race and donated $1,000. The fundraising goal is $500. Another person did the same thing and donated $500. So it would be really unfair of me to say, if you're at $125 to let you into the race when everybody else has been really trying to hit the goal. I mean, that's part of the process of those community slots. Absolutely. And I apologize if that doesn't make any sense. No. Yes, there will be bands on the course. They are on the website right now. All the website is updated with the new bands that are on the course.
Okay. Will there be room and sorry, puppy.
For stride near the corral. I would recommend warming up behind Niagara Square in the south area, like in front of the Erie County Holding Center. Okay. And you're welcome. We appreciate the nice comments and that they appreciate our work. Well, I am talking to the people that have produced. If you haven't seen it, on our Facebook page, we have a Buffalo's Back shirt that is out. That merchandising company is currently investigating the possibility of putting a pop-up tent for sale at the finish line. So they're trying to establish whether they're going to do that or not.
And I can vouch for the gear. It's always very stylish. I love my Buffalo. This is my Buffalo.
All the questions, yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for, that's very nice, Britt.
5K will be awesome because there's going to be 600 people in it that believe in us.
That's right. Oh, you know what? We've hit the bottom of our questions, Greg. This is it. If anybody has any questions for Greg for race weekend, speak now or forever hold your peace.
Oh, forever wait till Wednesday when we do this again.
That's right. We'll be doing it again on Wednesday. And these are the main takeaways. Is 6 a.m. for absolutely everybody on Sunday. The color of your bib no longer matters. Show on up. We kick things off at 6, so don't be like, well, I'm going to show up at 6:05. I'm going to try to park my car at 5:50. Do not wait. Show up early. Park the car at 5. Walk your way over to the start line. It's a hoopla. It's a celebration. The start line is the only time the entire weekend where we have 100% of our people together. So don't miss out on that experience. It's very,
we will have music. The other thing to remember is, if you've never done a race like this and you've never done a big race, and certainly this is big coming back from COVID, we start closing roads in downtown Buffalo at 4 a.m. So if you think you know downtown Buffalo and you only come down like to a hockey game, please look at the entrances and exits. You're going to probably run in. If you're driving down Delaware Avenue, it's going to be closed. So give yourself enough time to find your parking lot. We do have a parking map on the guide and on the website if you're not sure where to go. I love the people who call me and say, where should I park? I don't know. What hotel should I stay at? I'm not a travel agent. I'm a race director. So there's a lot of information. Google helps. I would encourage that. Pacers, we do not have Pacers this year. Pacers were taken out because of COVID. And at this point, it's too late to get Pacer groups back. I mean, some of the Pacers are running the race. Some of them are volunteering. That's a big group of 40 people and a big effort to get that in place so that works for you. And we're just not prepared to do that in 9 days. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's a fair response. All right. Thanks to Lou. Jackie Deschamps, she wants to know if there's going to be bottles or cups. Yeah, bottles out on the course. Bottles of water, bottles of Gatorade for the half and the full. The 5K, plan to bring your own hydration. Hopefully we will have something at about mile 1.5, but we're not sure yet. Okay. Is it possible to transfer a bib to another runner?
Not at this point. There's too many changes going on. You can defer. You can, if you choose to, you can donate your entry to the Heart to Heart Fund, and we will give you 50% off next year. And then we will also send you your race jacket.
Okay. Oh, and then I'm guessing that maybe that's Andy that piped up. You can actually order some Buffalo's back hoodie, long sleeve, and t-shirt. Shop there on that link. So if you go to the Buffalo Marathon Facebook page, you can actually click on the link. So that's great. Shop. That's part of the fun of race weekend, is shopping for stuff and coming home with cool gear.
You're welcome, Diane. It's been a long journey to here. The convention center is closed. I've heard 2 dates. One is they're under construction, believe it or not. They're redoing the lobby. They're closed to either August 30th or 10/1, so we can't use the convention center. There is no gear map. When will the course be updated on the website? The interactive course is updated and accurate. I hope to have the static course map updated later today or tomorrow. That's what I was told.
And you just passed over something really quick. There is no bag check. So
no gear check.
Okay.
Because the convention center is closed. We don't have any place to put it.
Leave your stuff in your car or in your hotel room. Just only show up with whatever you plan to actually walk or run with.
Give it to your favorite parent.
We got a Cornhusker on the way. Rebecca Schaefer. Stop by to say hello on race day. Annette, she's excited. We're excited to have you. Holy coly. So Derek says, understandable. It's too late for Pacers. Thanks for answering and for all the hard work. Fran D'Amico. Thank you, Greg.
Thank you, Fran.
A link to, that's no longer.
That's a changer. If you're going to defer or transfer at this point, you can only transfer to the virtual race or the virtual back in, or reactivate a defer. You are going to have to call or email us because we need to go into the website to make it happen.
Okay. And then, of course, everybody wants to know, it's not written here, but can they get free hugs at the finish line? And the answer is hell to the yes. I will be giving out free finish line. Anyone needs one, and they're super sweaty. I prefer the sweaty hugs.
So Fitz, I have a question for you. I mean, you've been idled since you were mad at me in March last year.
Right.
What you did, Gasparilla, but even Gasparilla, I mean, what is the last large race you actually hosted?
So Lake Havasu in February in Arizona, we had 2,000 folks. So it's not a monster. You know, we have unique experiences. So LA Marathon, 27,000. In fact, LA was the last monster I hosted. In fact, Rudy and I announced Los Angeles 2020, and that was the last major event on U.S. soil before the world shut down. So
we're not only the first race in New York coming back. We're the first race bringing Fitz Kohler back. And Rudy. Where is Rudy? He's not asking any questions. Where is Rudy?
No, Rudy's probably watching. I had just left my 7-mile run, and Rudy was on the bike at the gym halfway through his 31-mile bike ride. He's a bit of a cycling beast right now. But yeah, Rudy and I, Team Noisy, we cannot wait to see you guys. It has been so painful to be away from our athletes. And as you know, even when I was sick and I did the cancer thing, the one thing I committed to up front, even before I knew what chemo and radiation was going to do to me, I just decided, come hell or high water, I am not giving up my events or my athletes. And so to spend 1.5 years traveling the country, working my tail off with cancer, and then to have a virus steal it all away, shut it all down, was pretty, left me pretty bitter, but this is exciting.
Well, 2009, and the time all blends together. 2019, for anybody watching this who doesn't know, I mean, Fitz is a cancer survivor, and her book is great. But 2019 was when you were diagnosed, right?
Correct.
And so 2019, the last time she was in Buffalo, she was one little baldy. There was no doubt about it. And she worked her tail off, even though she was sicker than a dog. And I have the utmost respect for her.
Oh, that's sweet. You know what? I mean, this is a page out of my book, From Buffalo. And I actually kind of got to sing the anthem at the Ruffalo Stampede. It was a very exciting weekend, and yeah, humbling to show noise, but that's how much the running community means to me and Rudy. Is we would walk through fire to get to it, so it means a lot that we're finally getting back to everybody. It's just here he
Oh,
is.
look who's here.
I got your junior poobah hat for you, Rudy. It's ready.
I gotta work on my tan.
Rudy's got a great tan. Wear your sunscreen. Oh, can I share the book? Well, I sure can. Everybody can go to fitsness.com. Actually, have a chapter dedicated to Buffalo Marathon. It's called My Noisy Cancer Comeback, and you can get that at my website, fitsness.com. I'll put it in and share it.
If Rob Fox answers, maybe at Runner's Roost next week.
I would love that. I'm hoping that would be really nice to do a impromptu talk and bring some books and do a signing. And, you know, Buffalo was a very special part of my experience. So for sure, that would be fun. If anyone's interested, reach out to me. I am at Fitsness on all social media channels, or just let Greg know and we'll set something up. Yeah, I think we're wrapping things up, mister.
So no more questions. We're all good. Turn off the lights. No more trick or treat.
That's it. Turn off the lights. So we're going to do this again next Wednesday night.
We're going to do another question and answer to see how if anybody's got anything to answer. I need to thank Fitz for hosting this. She does a great job. As I promised her when I first met her, she will be our race announcer and MC, and as long as I'm in charge of this race. Our sponsors, Kaleida Health and Catalyst Fitness and Tops, Rob at Runner's Roost. I mean, there's a long litany of them. UBMD, they're all wonderful. Excelsior, I mean, they all supported us. Nobody came to me and said, don't come to us. They all came to me and said, what can we do to help? We have a loyal group here in Buffalo. We're a big family, and we're going to bring it back in 9 days. So we'll be there. Hydrate, just in case it's warm. Hydrate, but we'll be there to take care of you.
All right, come out and bring the fun. Do we have professional photographers joining us this year, Greg?
Marathon photo will be at the finish line, yes.
All right, so plan it in advance, folks. You've got to plan your finish line pose, because those pictures can be your profile picture for the next year. So
yep. Till the next Buffalo, till 11 months later when we run 2022.
All right. Well, with that, I'm going to kick you out, Greg. Folks, it's been a pleasure to spend
peace out
day evening with you, and we can't wait to see you next week. Love you all. See you in Buffalo. Bye, everybody.